Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we're going to do a art journal page, and you guys keep asking for different ideas to get you inspired, to help you with that blank page, to you guys who are starting out, who do not have a lot of items, and just different ways to get you, started on your pages, canvases, whatever you're using, even ATC cards. So what I have here is my art journal. Now, obviously on this page, there are, where I cast off like my extra paint. So we're going to go to oh, my book's getting filled up. Let's find a page here. I want to do a clear, like a new page. Come on now. We're going to have to rip out get another book going. Okay, we'll just do this. Stick with me. All right. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. It's now cold again. Okay, so we have our blank page. Now I have these pieces of scrap paper that I just have sitting around. Now, if you go to your local craft store, AC Moore, Joann's, Michael's, whatever, you can get always clearance paper. So it doesn't have to be what you necessarily want to use in your art journal. Think of it as just as a catalyst to get you to an end result. So, I have these two. You can get Christmas papers, you can get holiday papers. It doesn't matter because it's not going to matter once you put it on. Okay, so let's pick the not so best one out of, because this one, I mean, it got cool color, pink and all. Let's use this orange. So first, what I want to do is paint it. So this is not new. I've done, to change your scrapbook paper into mixed media paper. So all I'm going to do is put this down. I'm going to pick, let's figure out what our color scheme is going to be. I don't know. We'll stick with the orange. Let's do a blue. Well, let's get a blue. And I'm just going to use this neon blue from Apple Barrel. And I'm going to paint. I'm just going to this is going to be a very quick kind of thing. You don't have to worry too much over how much, Now this isn't covering very well because it's neon, but that's okay. You're going to get what I'm saying once we are done. You can see I'm just throwing this paint on, and you can even put the other paper underneath to catch the outside parts. Catch me outside. Don't ask. If you don't know, don't ask. I'm going to shake this up a little bit more. I'm going to just do a little squirt there. And makes it a little thicker. But really not going to matter too much. Okay, so you see, we're just kind of putting some color down. And that will be that. I'm going to take my heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun, use a hairdryer. If you don't have a hairdryer, this will literally dry in a few minutes. What's your favorite YouTube video or YouTuber? You can go back on my channel and find quite a few videos, I would say. I have videos doing all kinds of stuff. And it doesn't matter, it's thicker here, not so there. It's okay. You're going to see what we're going to do. And there's several options. And as you dry this, it gets a little darker. But when you don't know where to start when you're doing a art journal page or, an ATC card even, sometimes it can be overwhelming, and maybe you're in a swap, or, maybe you want to do an art journal page. You want to sit down, you want to be inspired, you want to get some stuff done. So this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so I have this. It's a little damp still, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to fold it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fold it outways, so any of the wetness won't stick. And this is what we're going to do. Bizarre, yeah. And then just fold it whatever ways you want to do it. Go corner to corner. and then fold. And what we're going to do, as ridiculous as this sounds, is we are going to start cutting. Okay. And just cut. We're not going for a pattern so much. I'm just cutting big chunks out because I want it to have, you'll see. And save these big chunks because you might be able to open them and use them in, you know, something else. Let's see. Kind of do like this. A little tough. It's all right. Just cut it. Okay. So I'm going to scooch these across. Let's take this and see what we have. It's almost like making snowflakes, but we're not. We're just making and take those little pieces that fall and just scooch them over. Be delicate when you open it because obviously it can be a little fragile, but if you rip it, it's okay because let me tell you, if you've been watching me for a minute, you know I'm like gorilla hands. The RA and all makes me grab things stronger and I rip everything. So it's the ketchup bottle to the paper. You know what I mean? It's all the same. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't beat myself up over it. I just go with the flow. Go with the flow. We're gonna go with the flow. Okay. All right. I think you are catching. Okay. So you see, we have this paper. And it is not that orange color anymore. We got it a little blue. Okay, so I'm setting it there and I'm like, huh, what do I want that base color to be? Do you still want it to be white? You can then glue this down, okay? And then in all these little, you can doodle. So maybe you're a doodler. Maybe you're somebody who likes to do, I call it doodling. There's a million other names people call it. But you can, you know, doodle or Zentangle, whatever your little heart desires. Maybe you journal. Maybe you're somebody who likes to journal or art journal or whatever because, you know, they are intermingled. You know what I mean? So then you can use these to do that. Maybe you want to put some inspiring words. I think you're getting you're picking up what I'm putting down. I think you are. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a moment, and then I'm going to decide. I'm going to paint this a different color. I don't want to necessarily keep it this color. So what about, let's do a metallic gold. Now, I don't know how this is going to come out because of the not being gessoed. If you want to gesso this, by all means, you gesso your little heart out. But I'm kind of going to go for the same vibe that I just did. I'm throwing it down. We're throwing paint today. I'm going to clean off that same brush just so, you know, for ease of doing, you know, kind of easy. You know, if you're sitting at your, a couple of you have written me about sitting at your table, your kitchen table, and some of you even do this in bed when you're ill. You guys want easy, you know, where you don't have to bring too much to the bed. You know, some of you are homebound. Look, I understand. I get it because let me tell you something. Oh, that's a whole other video, but I understand. I understand not wanting to leave your house, not being able to leave your house. I know how hard it is. I do. And I don't think there's anything wrong. Years ago, I did a video of what to pack in the bag to take to your couch, you know, to art or to your bed. You know what I mean? So, and I'm drawing this. The reason I'm drawing this is because, you know, for this video, it's going to be a little quicker for me. Quite a few of you have asked me not to draw it and to sit and kind of vlog while I do it. A lot of you like me vlogging, which I really dig. Keep your eye out for tomorrow because I got our next thing we're going to be doing, and I'm going to show you what I did for mine, or wrote for mine, I guess. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I will link it at the end of this video or down below. You know, something new that I want to try for all of us. So, especially me, even if I'm doing it myself, I don't care. So now I'm going to get out my glue. Now, can you use your glue stick? You sure can. You just turn this over, put your glue down, set it down. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go in with some, I'm going to use some of my Mod Podge Ultra Matte Chalk glue. Now you can use, no, you know what I'm going to use? I'm just going to use my paper, my Mod Podge paper. That's what I'm going to go with. If you don't have that, of course, use your, I'll use this brush. Use your regular Mod Podge. Use your white school glue. Use whatever you want. And what I'm going to do, that's why I was going to use the chalk, but I decided not to because I know probably a lot of you don't have the chalk one, and then that, you know, so we're just going to go regular Mod Podge. I'm going to lay it down. Lay it down. Lay it down. Okay. And then I'm just going to go like this. Really good. And I'm going to push it down. You can push it down with your brush, pat it down. It doesn't matter if it doesn't stick all the way. Get, you know, get to what you're getting to stick. We can cut off pieces that are too big or hanging off. It's not a big deal. That's why you're doing one side at a time. Okay, because if I would put the glue on the other side, obviously it would be a bigger mess because it wouldn't be sticking. Now just go get some more glue. I tell you what, I know this seems so ridiculous to some of you guys. I know when I'm doing my beginner videos, people write me and say, what on earth? You know, I already know how to do my art journal, or I already know how to do a page. And I think that's great. But some people don't. And a lot of people, you know, are new to my channel and are new to me and new to art journaling, new to mixed media, and want to know how they can get involved in doing art journals, art journal pages, you know, without having to spend a lot of money they don't have. And they want to make sure that they like things. That's why with the clay and everything I do, for the most part, I am going to do a little bit more advanced stuff this year. Where just like my video I did the other day on how to charge the candle, you know, I want to do different things, and I am going to do more advanced things, thinking that you guys might have a Sizzix or have you know, different items, a little bit more advanced, I guess, that everybody can do. Everybody can do it. It's just, you know, you might do it a little bit different. All right, you see how I'm doing this? It's just, and see, to me, this can be a little bit soothing. I know to other people, it makes their anxiety insane. My daughter would probably be one of those who would be like, no, I just can't. I just can't. And if that's the case, rip it into smaller pieces and put it on as if you are collaging, which is essentially what we're doing, but we're doing it in a little bigger of a scale, right? Because I didn't cut it. I'm just kind of putting it down. The wrinkles I'm welcoming. I'm welcoming. I'm welcoming them. Why are you watching me at all? I don't get it. Okay. But you know what? I know a lot of you know my language. Roly-poly. Who's the first one down below that can put what a roly-poly is? Let me know how many of you know what a roly-poly is. If you've been with me for a while, you know. It makes people angry when I say roly-poly. Oh, I just snorted. Am I the only one that snorts? Let me know. Sometimes so I can feel more normal. Okay. So I think you get what I'm doing here. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I know, this is very fun, isn't it? Watching me glue. I don't know. I dig it. Like I said, I like going over and like, oh, are you down? Are you down? This little piece right here is like, I ain't going nowhere. There you go. I got you, boo. Okay, so you know what? Here's the problem. I'm going to tell you what my problem is today. I did not know Honey Boo Boo, or shall I say her mother, had a show. And I saw it on my thing, and I was like, just let me watch it. Because I'm not going to lie. I used to watch Honey Boo Boo. I was a trash TV watcher. And to let you know right now, I'm still a trash TV watcher. I have to whisper it. But I do. I enjoy Bad Girls. I enjoy Honey Boo Boo. I enjoy uh, the Real World Road Rules challenges on MTV. I've been watching all these years. I do not, however, like The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Go figure. I think it's disgusting. But the other stuff I love. So who am I to judge? I'm nobody. All right, so I'm going to dry this just very quickly. And then I'm going to tell you, just to get most of it out of the way. Now you see what happens. Now this could be a good thing or a bad thing for you. Depends on what you're going for. If you take your finger and it's still a little wet, it can pull up the paint or even the paper itself. Maybe you want that tattered look. Nothing wrong with that tattered look. Now see, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my finger. That sounds like I'm at a doctor's. Or maybe I'm just at the wrong doctor. No. Okay. All right. You know, because men get that prostate thing. All right. It's not funny to joke about. It really isn't, because it's very important to have those tests, believe me. Okay, so we see what we got here. Now, let's say you don't want to dry. Let's say you're like, okay, you know, I want to put some glitter down. Maybe you want to put some glitter down on the glue. Or, you know, whatever you have, and anything you have. I am going to dry it one more time. Just to kind of get. But do you see how this looks like a background already? Just holding it there for a minute. Like I said, hair dryer works fantastic. You can get those at your thrift store so cheap, couple bucks. Or use a coupon at your local craft store, dollar store, I wish. And I'm going to tell you what, you know, this isn't for everybody, but you know, maybe you're somebody who likes to go to yard sales and that kind of thing. Now, mind you, it's winter here, but there's a lot of, you know, like fire halls and that kind of thing that do, you know, kind of flea market type things. And a lot of places, you know, if you look on Craigslist and that, you can look for people selling. You got to be careful. Don't go alone to get it. But, you know, people selling craft items and that kind of thing. Okay, so you can see these are, this is how these pieces come out. Now, what you can do, obviously, is to a different page and do another one and lay these down as collage, right? You don't have to get rid of them. It's not, you know, you don't have to waste. Now, if you look at this, this could be a bird head with, you see, like almost like a hummingbird. So always look at your pieces and see what you have and see what you can go with from there. You know, it never hurts. And you can always paint it, you know, paint it what you want. Okay, so I have this down, and for the most part, it's dry. So I'm going to take some, I'm going to do black just to be able to see it good on the camera. And then you can take, this is one of my new favorites, because I get it all dirty with all kinds of stuff. And I'm not worrying how thick or how not thick this my table's so squeaky. And I'm going to push it down and see. No, it's not coming up good. I might need more. All right, well, that's not too bad. You can hear it sticking though, because like the glue is not all the way dry. But it's just how I'm going to do it. And I'm not somebody who likes to give up, like, oh, you know. I'm just going to stick it around. And all I'm trying to achieve here is the background, right? I'm not trying to go anywhere from here. Just a background for you to start. But you see, you can go on. Maybe you have a better one than me. Obviously, being in mixed media, I have to get out my other stamp pads. Because being in mixed media, you know, everything is glued. Excuse my arm. Let me see what I can grab up here. Let's do the Distress Oxide. Let's see if this bad boy will work a little bit better. Yep. All right, now I'm just going to stamp it. Well, listen to that. Oh, nice table. Gotta get Dave to fix it again. And you see how it's just stamping? Now, this is not a stamp pad that will reactivate after it's dry, the Distress Oxides. I really want that corner, but it's just not giving it to me. All right, so you get the gist. You just go around with a stamp pad. If you don't have a stamp pad, use your ink. I mean, use your paint. That'll work just as good. But what I like to do now is I want to go over, I want to kind of, what color do I want to do? Just so I can do another layer, because right now we have 3 layers. We have the gold paint, we have the blue paper, and then we have the stamps. And I want to do one more just to show you. And I don't want to cover up all this blue. I really like this blue, but I'm going to cover up the black ink. So I'm going to hit it real quick with my heat gun just to dry it a little bit. And like I said, we just collaged on here. We collaged in on a bigger scale with a bigger piece of paper. But again, you can cut it and do, you know, different shapes. Now, like I said, I love these little shapes. So I'm sure better than me when you have more, you know, if you have more time or whatever. Look, we got diamonds. We got, do you see what I'm saying? How cool it looks? What color do I want to use though? Let's use, color don't I use a lot of? I don't think I use a lot of green, but I don't think green's going to go with that. Huh, no. Green's not going to go with that. I need like a, what are you, like, yeah, this is Cameo Blush, and it's kind of pink, like a real light pink. So let me see. Oh yeah, you see the light, how light pink that is. I have to use a different brush though. Let's see. What brush do I want to use? I'm just going to swipe it. All right. Okay, this is a fairly stiff brush. So I'm just going to go in and tap it like that. And I'm going to go. And you can see that black mixing. It happens. And, you know, I'm just going to go with it. It isn't all the way dry. That happens to me even when I'm not filming and I'm doing, because I don't have patience. So I'm going to try to hit more of where there might not be as much of the black. And you can see I'm going like back and forth, and that's what's making it smudge. If I just kind of go over once, it's not going to do anything. So yeah, I just want more color. And then I'm going to wet my brush. Dry it, but I want it damp. And kind of go over a little bit of the areas with it wet. You can also use, you know, your floating medium or extender if you don't want to wet your paper. Some people don't like to wet their paper. I do. And I can carry it into some of the other very light. See, look at that. I really took that. That took me there to task. Okay. Then I'm going to take a paper towel. So this is fun to me because it's like you're kind of getting dirty, but you're not. Remember, you can stamp over if it takes too much of your stamping away. See, like right here, it was dry, so it didn't smear it, you know? My fault. But I'm going to dab. If I dab, it's going to keep a lot of that down. Now, I have some clay videos coming this week that you guys requested. I hope you guys will like. Like I said, I wanted to do this for those of you who are starting out and, you know, kind of nervous. So I figured I would do this just as a start. And then you could take your scissors and the pieces that are sticking over, just cut. So it makes it, and you could save these little pieces too. It depends on how thrifty you are. Sometimes it's just easier when they're that little to throw them away. And then you turn it. But you might want to cut some off and you might want to glue it, you know, somewhere else on the page. Who knows? And you see how, see, I ripped a little of that off of there. But that happens. What are you going to do? And you see how now, after it dries, you're going to have a background that now, when you look at it, you're like, okay, where do I want to go from here? Well, maybe you want some, you know, more metallic. Maybe you want, you know, whatever. And you build up. This is 3 layers, 4 layers, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 layers. And you just keep going. You can take your napkin. I have my napkin sitting here from the other day. You could take that on there and you could do parts. You can, you know, take your, I always love using sequence waste and dab on if you have some. Dave? Oh, I'm recording, hon. If you have some sequence waste, let's do a little white. I'll just squirt some white here. Oh, it's not coming out. Look, come on. Oh, this is almost empty. That's why I keep going for it, but I'm just gonna use this. Going in like that, holding it down. I love when you guys go through my channel and leave me comments and I see, like, you know, like you guys leaving comments on different, like you're finding different videos of mine. I love it. I love reading the comments. Okay. And you see how we're doing now? We're just pushing some of that back. A little bit more. I should just throw that away. It's really a shame. La, 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 la. You see, and you're just kind of bringing that together. So you see something so simple, and it doesn't have to be this. It could be a stencil of any type that you have. So, all right. That is it. That is me. We're collaged a background. Very easy. I know it's a little long, the video, and I apologize, but I wanted to make sure that you guys, you know, got to see. And like I said, you can just continue on here. If you don't have that, just take your makeup sponge that's now miraculously dry and go ahead and pat in and do all that. Let me get some. And you see, you'll do the same thing. It'll still push it back. You don't have to have that. You know, if you do, it's fun. If not, you just go around. And that is it. So, progress, not perfection. You know, as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Like I said, I just wanted to show the start of a background in the art journal. Very simple, and how to use things that, you know, in a way that you might not have thought about, that gives you that. I mean, it really looks like you've done many, many layers because you have many layers. Like I said, you can go in now and take your marker, or, you know, maybe you have watercolor markers and you can go in and trace I mean, you know, there's just so much, so much. I could sit here and play all day, which is a problem. Well, that big marker, that dried fast. Pretty good. I'm just dabbing. And you can use paper towel as well or a napkin and do the same thing. So be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I think I already said that. Progress, not perfection. Breathe. Just remember to breathe. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to check out my videos this week. I have a variety going up. And that is it. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.